Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and yes, welcome to the murder scene. We've got a chalk outline, and we have to be detectives today, and apparently reveal a killer. So I don't know how we're going to do that with the Sudoku. It's happened occasionally before, but if you like being a detective, there's still just time left, perhaps, to enter the Detective Pets Sudoku Hunt, which is our monthly reward on Patreon by Sandra Nala and Panthera. It involves helping their pets, basically, solve a domestic mystery, and there's a logic problem as well as some Japanese sums, number sums Sudoku, some Fog of War Sudoku, and others. Great fun puzzles. Thanks so much to Sandra and Panthera for that. And it's been well reviewed when we've had people writing in. Hundreds of people have entered already. Also on Patreon, of course, we've got crosswords, and they include the Times Monthly Club Special, went up a couple of days ago. They include other crosswords like Saber's Listener, very tough cryptics, these. And there's also Gridogram and Connections, a new one of those yesterday, actually. So loads going on Patreon. Do join us there. We'd love to have you. And for value for money, if you want more Sudoku, try our apps. They're fantastic. They include Line Sudoku and Domino Sudoku, Classic Sudoku 2, the Worms. We've got a bit of merch as well. So do avail yourself of that on the links under the video, including Marty Sears Rat Run mugs and so on. I will say a very quick vamos to both teams in tonight's World Cup final. And I'm quite pleased that my England team provided at least an interesting match in the what used to be called third place playoff and is now apparently the bronze medal match or something. Thank you, FIFA. Right, so that's the news from the real world. In our world, there's a dead body here. And this puzzle came in from Lil Sis, who was introduced to Cracking the Cryptic by her big bro, which is excellent. And I think the puzzle is by Lil Sis, but she's crediting Big Bro in the authorship just because of that introduction. And she said that she has all the ideas and no gear. So, in fact, it's been through a tester. I've put it into the software via Sudoku Maker, and it's quite good. I mean, the original outline of the body was dotted lines. In fact, you can see it on the thumbnail, I guess. But let me read the rules, because this is going to be interesting. Normal Sudoku rules apply. That means 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. The grey outline is cut into segments by the box borders, and each segment sums to the total given. So we've got, well, yeah, okay. If the outline only cuts through half a cell, so that applies here and here and here and here, only half the value of the number is included in the total. So we've got 27 in those 3 and half of those 4 cells, 16 in those 4 and half of those 2 cells, 17 in that one and half of those 3, 11 in those 2 and half of those 2. Cells divided in half always contain an even number, which is helpful for the maths. In cells joined by a red dot, these are blood-stained dots, I think, in the original, one digit is double the other, so they're like our normal black dots. Neighbouring digits along a green German whispers line have a difference of at least 5. And the yellow squares reveal a number that corresponds to a letter of the alphabet based on A equals 1 up to Z equals 26. Revealing the killer in this way is required. Wow, well, that's part of the puzzle today. We have to name the killer, apparently. Okay, give it a try on that first link under the video. See how you get on. I'm going to start now. I nearly clicked the stop recording button. Let's get cracking. Here we go. So I look at the 11 and I think, oh yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 5. Nonsense. 2 of the cells are halved. Oh, the 16 that's a big number. 16 is a very small number. There is a big number of cells in it. If we were to put the minimum digits in these 6 cells, what would the digits add up to? Let's start there. They would be, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be the minimum. That adds up to 21. Now, what we could deduct from that is the highest 2 even digits, which would be 6 and 4 out of that set. They add up to 10. Half of them is 5. Deduct 5 from 21, and we get 16. I think that means this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. I'm just going to think about if we deducted a higher even number, having used a higher even number, yeah, that wouldn't help because we'd be left with, if we used 8, which is basically a higher even number than 4 or 6, we would have to use the value of 4 in the sum rather than with 6 and 4 where we're using the value of 3 and 2. So I hope you followed that. I think the maths is sound. I'm really very confident that these are the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In fact, furthermore, it is the digits 6 and 4 that are in the cells that are halved by the outline. And then these digits don't contain 6 and 4. And the one on the black dot now, out of 1, 2, 3, 5, the only pair that forms one being double the other is 1 and 2. So that's a pair. This is a 3, 5 pair, and that's a 4, 6 pair. The remaining digits that go in the box are going to be 7, 8, 9. And there's another pair because 2 of those can't go on the dot, and that is 7 and 9. They don't have a Sudoku digit companion that they can go on a black dot with, because for 7, half of it is 3.5 and double it is 14, and neither of those are Sudoku digits, etc. So that's a 7, 9 pair. This digit is 8. On the black dot, this one is 4, and in the box, that one is 6. And there's our start in box 5. I mean, I think that all holds together. Now, can I use the 11 cage? The 11 cage, the minimum digits I can put in, well, they're 1, 2, 3, 4. If I start halving them, I'm way below the number I need. No, I know what to do. I know what to do. What to do is to remember that rule. Cells divided in half always contain an even number. So in this box, all of these 4 cells, they're all divided in half. They're the 4 even numbers. They must be, mustn't they? I think so. So what's going on here? These are 2, 4, 6, and 8. On the red dot, we can't use 6. It's either a 2, 4 or a 4, 8 pair. 4 is definitely in use there, and therefore it's not in use in the other pair. We've got an 8 looking across at those cells. 4 and 6 don't look across at their equivalents. And we can sum these up. So 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 equals 20. Divided by 2 gives us a 10 contribution from those cells. These 3 others have to add up to 17 to get to the 27 total, and they're all made up of odd numbers. Now, 17 in 3 odd numbers. The 5 odd numbers sum to 25. The ones we're not counting, the 2 we're not counting, therefore sum to 25 minus 17 equals 8. And therefore, it's either 1, 7 or 3, 5 that are not in this, and 9 is in this group. Actually, it might be worth colouring for parity. Those digits are all definitely even. Let's make them light blue. These ones are definitely odd, and all the remaining ones in box 4 are odd. We'll make them orange. This can't be a 4, 8 red dot because 4 and 8 are both looking at this cell. So if it's a 2, 4 red dot, we know the order. It could be 2, 1 in either order, or it could be 6, 3 in one particular order. Oh, hang on, there's this rule again, a rule that cells divided in half always contain an even number. All of these cells are divided in half. They're all even. And that's all the evens in row 8. So everything else is odd, including this digit, which I've just pencil marked as 1, 2, or 6. Yes, it can't be 3. That's right. That is a 1 now, because it's odd. We've just proved that by these 4 all being even. Now that is on a dot with a 2. These are from 4, 6, 8. So's that. Now, these 4 cells contribute to the 17 cage. Can we work out? We might be able to. If that was a 4, 6 pair, they add up to 10. Halve them and it's 5. This is always contributing half of 2 is 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. This digit would have to be an 11. You could count all of it, but it would have to be an 11, and that's too much. So this is not 4, 6, 8. It's way too much, actually. If this was 4 and 8, we'd be getting 7 from the halvings, and that digit would be 10. So 4 and 6 and 4 and 8 don't work here. This must be a 6, 8 pair. All of these cells are contributing half of 16, which is 8, and that digit is a 9, and we have completed this 17 cage. That 9 fixes 7 and 9 in box 5. And now we try and do the same thing with the 11 cage, I guess. There is definitely a 4 in these 2 cells, and that is contributing 2 to the total. The other digit in these cells is either contributing 3 or 4. Now, if this is a 4 and a 6, contributing 2 and 3, we've got 6 more in these cells. But we can't use the digit 4, so then they would be 1, 5. If this is 4, 8, which I think is the other alternative, it is, then they're contributing 6, and these add up to 5, but again we can't use 4, so these would be 2, 3. So this pair that I've got highlighted are either a 1, 5 or a 2, 3 pair. I don't necessarily know the parity. Oh, there's a 4 by Sudoku in one of these cells. Therefore, a 4 in one of these. What next would you say? 1, 2, 6, 8, 9, 4. These are from 3, 5, 7. They're definitely odd. 2 and 6 must be up here somewhere. Made good progress with the body shape. Oh, hang on. This is on a red dot. This digit can't be a 5 ever, and it can't be a 1 in this situation because that can't be a 2. So that is 2 or 3. Oh, weren't these either a 2, 3 or a 1, 5 pair? Let me do the maths again. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Then they were 2, 3 if that was 4, 8. If that was 4, 6, that's 5 and a 1, 5. Yes. And we can't have the 1, 5 pair because this digit can't be one of them. So that is a 2, 3 pair. They add up to 5. These have to add up to 6 by being 4, 8 halved. And now we know where 6 and 8 go in box 8. And we've got a 4, 8 pair here. Why isn't this resolved? I've kind of got to the point, got as far as I can with parity. I'm going to have to, actually, this is quite a strange puzzle. There's quite a few clues, what with the sort of outline and the red dots in this area where most of the chalk outline is. There are very few clues in the rest of the puzzle because I don't think we can use the yellow cells. And there's only a few short green lines. I'm going to get rid of the colouring. I'm going to get rid of the colouring, because what I'm going to try and use blue and orange for from now on is to colour polarity along the green lines. Right, what I haven't told you about green lines, but you may know, is that firstly, 5 cannot go on a green line ever, because its neighbour is impossible. It would either be 0 or less, or 10 or more. Therefore, the lines have alternation between digits that are higher than 5 and digits that are lower to maintain this difference of 5. And so we could colour this sort of in 2 colours that are different from each other, red and green, say. And we could colour this one in 2 other colours, because we just don't know. I can't use yellow, that's quite annoying. Let's use grey, okay. Because we just don't know which is odd and which is even. But we've got this pair, that is one of each. So one is high and one is low. And the high one can't be 6, 7 or 9 in this column. So the high one is an 8. The low digit that 8 is touching is not allowed to be a 2, and 8 can't touch 4 because they're too close together in number. So that's 8 with 1 or 3 there. This one is 2, 5, no, 2, 3, 5, 6 or so. Oh, it's too many possibilities. Why was that not more helpful? There's a 4 either at the top or bottom of the column. Oh, this green line, this is more helpful. Look, in this row we've had a 4, 8 pair and 6, 2, 1. The low digit on this pair is a 3, and the high digit's not allowed to be 8. So that's a 3, 9 pair. Now, how can we find out which one is high and which one is low? Can we? Whichever one is a 3 is going to be touching a 9 on one side and an 8 on the other. And it is not this grey cell. Because if that was a 3, this digit would have to be 8 or 9, and it can't be. So that's the 9. This is the 3. The 3 is touching an 8. We now know that 8 and 9 are high. 3 is in the low numbers. And in this row, we've got only a 5, 7 pair left to go. This digit is 1 or 2. It can't be 4 by Sudoku, and 4 can't touch 8. This one is 1, 2 or 4. Oh, look at this silly red dot. I was ignoring it before when I was letting that be 1 or 5. I'm still ignoring it now. Now we made that a 4, 8 pair. This is done. That's a 2. It can't be 3 anymore. This is 4. That's 8. That's 3. It doesn't sort this out. Yes, it does. 8 does sort this out into a 2, 6 pair, and that makes this digit a 4 and this one an 8. There's a 2 X-wing between those. Both 2 and 4 have to be in this group of cells now, and 8 in this pair by virtue of these 8s in the grid. Right. So we know the colouring of this line. We still don't know this one's properly. 1, 2, 8, 6. This is 3, 4, not 5, 7 or 9. It's not 4 either, actually. This digit can't be 5 because we've made it a rule of green lines. 5 can't get on them. It can't be 4 in this case because that can't be 9. So we're looking at 3, 7 or 9 in this cell. If it's low, now this one can't be 3. Because this would be the same polarity in the same box and would have to therefore be low, and 3 as well. Where does that get us? Doesn't tell us what this is. This is 8, 9, 1 or 3. I'm going to write those in. This one is either touching a 1 but is not 9 or 8, or is touching an 8. 2, 3, 6 or 7. I don't know. I can't see the point of writing that, but Maybe I'll work it out. 2483. Ah, there's a 9 in one of these cells. I've pencil marked that because it's in this cage that adds up. So that can't be 9. But actually, more importantly at the moment, this can't be 9. So the 9 in the bottom row has to get wedged in the corner. This digit is 1, 5, 6, or 7. It's not, oh, I don't know, it could be any of those. 4, 8, 2, 6. This is 9 plus a pair that adds to 7. This is another pair that adds to 7. To 8, I'm sorry. This was adding to 17. 9 plus either 3, 5, or 1, 7. This is another pair that adds to 8. Oh, 3. 3 can't be here. 3 is placed in box 8. That's good. This is a 4, 5, 7 triple down at the bottom. And that can't be 7 in the middle because of this 7, just in the outline. Outside the outline, but you know what I mean. This digit is 1 or 6. Now, if it was 1, this would have to be 935. And that would have to be 8. Sorry, pardon my cough. I don't know. This digit is in one of these two. Oh, Sudoku. There's a 4 in one of those cells. There's an 8 in one of these. There's a 2 in one of those. None of this is solving the German whisper here, and I haven't really got anywhere with this one. Well, I haven't actually got anywhere at all with it. How about this row? 2 and 4 there, 6, 9, 8. These are from 1, 3, 5, 7. I do know there can't be a pair summing to 8, because that's a pair summing to 8, and this one will need that one to make 8, not that one. I don't think that says I can delete 5 from this cell, although it might mean it. I don't think it does. It does mean that's 3 or 5. This can't be a 1, 7 pair, although one of them is 1 or 7. Oh. I've just had a thought about the yellow cells. Revealing the killer is required. Sorry, I'm going to just get a drink and I'll be back with you. Right, my thought about the yellow cells is that I've been thinking there's a good chance these are 2-digit numbers. Now, can we rely on that? Actually, we can. I mean, the alternative is that 9 cells have been selected for 1-digit numbers, and those digits would all have to translate to letters in the range A to I. Now, there are words that you can make with just those, like cabbage or something, but they're very constrained and they're probably not in use here. So I think the point of the puzzle is probably that this is a 1-digit number leading to a letter, and these are 2-digit numbers leading to letters, and in that case they all have to begin with 1 or 2 because the letters are in the range from 10 to 26. So I think that's a reasonable deduction, and I think it's fair to use it, especially as it says revealing the killer is required. So these digits are all 1 or 2, and this one is definitely 1 now. And that's going to help. This becomes 2, this becomes 1, this is 4, this is 6, the remaining digit is, hang on, I said 4 and typed 5, there we go. This is 5 or 7. These are from 5, 6, 7. Actually, there's a 2, 6 pair looking at that one, so we've found 6. Well, this is good. Now, you may think I'm a bit peculiar, but while I don't think it's wrong to use that as a deduction, that these are 2-digit numbers, I do think it's probably wrong to try and work out that if these are Q, they're probably not in it. Well, yeah, okay, there's the difference. The difference is the word probably. We have to work out what these letters are, but we can know that they must begin with a 1 or a 2 from the 2-digit issue. There's a 2 in one of those cells, so this is a 1. Yes, that was because of this 2 X-wing. So that fixes 2, 1 here and 2, 6 here. And now we can place 1 in this box, and it's there. And that means that this is a 953 triple, I think. Because remember, it has to add to 17 to make this cage sum to 27. That's a 7. That deals with the 5, 7 pairs. Oh, only 2 of them. It doesn't sort this lot out. That's okay. Now, up here, we have a 1, 2, 3 triple. We know that is 1 or 2 in its yellow number. Then in this column, we have a 4, 5, 9 triple. And then in this column, we have a 6, 7, 8 triple. And that has sorted out our polarity issue. This digit is going to be 8. 6, 7 there. This is 8. Out of the options we had, 8 was the only one that came up trumps. So those get oranged. These get blued. This is low and is 3. This is high and is 8. This is low and is 1. This is high and is 6 or 7. I don't know which. But that 3 is looking at box 5. 5, 3, 3. This row is now going to contain 2, 4, 7. And we know from this column where the 4 goes. That was a naked single, effectively. These digits are from 3, 5, 9. And that's good. Right, in this column, we need a 4 or a 5 at the top. This can't be a 5. And in this column, these are from 4, 7, 9 and include a 9. Now, hopefully, we can get to this. It doesn't have a 1 on it now, and therefore it doesn't have a 6 on it, because 6 always needs to be next to 1 on a green line. So, in fact, in these two cells, 4, 2, and 1 are seen. So these have to have a 3 as the low digit, and it has to go there. I hadn't realized this cell sees all the low digits, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is high, and it's now, what, 8 or 9? Actually, I'm putting 8 back in parentheses. This is not in a corner mark. This is a 9, because it can't be 8. And 9 is taken out of these cells. This can't be 3 or 1 in this row. This is 2, then we get 1, and that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Now we need a 1 in this corner. This is low and is 2 or 4. This one hasn't been resolved. Now, how are we getting on with other numbers? 1, 3, 9, 8, 4. Kind of run out of things to do. 5, 3, 8, 1, 9. This is a naked single. It sees 1, 9, 5, 3, 8, 4, 2, 7. So that's a 6. Oh, I thought that was going to do lots of stuff, and it didn't do anything. 6, 1. We've got this 4, 2, 7. This is 5 or 8 by Sudoku. 4, 9, 6, 1. We need a 3 in this column. There's only one place. It's there. We need an 8 in this column. Oh, look, 8, 8. That's an 8. Oh, I never coloured this line. Since I'm colouring the whisper lines, might as well do it. We got an 8 there. We need 8 in this column, and it's here. And that's a 9 on the line, which I can't type in because I'm in the wrong mode. That was 8. That's what I was trying to put there. Not particularly yellow, sorry. That's a 5. Here we go. This is 9 and 5. In this column, we have 5 or 7, 2, 5 or 7. This is where 6 goes. That fixes 7, 6. This has to be a 6 by Sudoku now, which is fine for its column. These are from 2, 5, 7. This one can't be 7, nor can this. That's a 2, 5 pair, and this blue digit is 4. And now this isn't 4, or 5, which is in the 2, 5 pair. So this is 9. That's a 4, 5 pair, so we can remove 4 and 5, and this is the only place for 9 in the top row. And I've got nearly all the letters by now. Actually, what have we got left? It feels like is this all a deadly pattern? It might be, I'm not sure. Those will get resolved by whatever this is. I don't know. Let's think about the letters then. We've got I, 19. That's the one that fools me. It's S, isn't it? R is 18. O is 15. That one I know. That's my anchor. P, Q, R is 18. S is 19. I, S, M, O. And then this is either N or Q, 14 or 17. Oh, I see. Okay. Right. We don't go row by row, which as a crossworder, I always assume must be what we're going to do. We start here in the top left and we go clockwise and we get S, I, M, O, and I think this is N. And we've discovered that Simon is the murderer and we had to reveal the killer in this way to finish the puzzle. Wow. Well, I mean, I'm definitely getting on the phone to the Rozzers straight away. You know, he may be a friend, but murder is murder. Right. That gives us a 2 and a 7 in the top row. That gives 5 and 2 there. 5, 4, 7, 4, 5, and 7 and 2. And I think this is the solution. Of course, there wasn't a solution link. Hopefully, little sis sent in a solution now. I'll check that that's right before you have a go at the puzzle. So when you do it, this will be correct as the solution. It did say revealing the killer is required, and it was required to disambiguate these light blue cells, basically. We had to reveal the killer. And I'm sorry, Simon, it's you. There we go. That's murder by numbers. Well done, detectives. You've done a great job. Now move over to Detective Pets on Patreon and have fun with that. Thank you so much for watching. I had fun with that. Good work, little sis. And I will see you again next time. Bye for now.